Today we're learning about the digestive system and the excretory system. The digestive system covers everything from when food goes into your mouth to when the waste comes back out. So we're talking about digesting food in your mouth, your stomach, your large intestine, your small intestine, your body absorbing all of those nutrients, and then everything making its way back out of your body. The digestive system is made up of large, winding tube that begins in your mouth and ends at your anus. It starts up here with the mouth. It goes past the pharynx and the esophagus down here. It goes down into the stomach, this pink thing right here. And then it ends up in the small intestine. Nope. It's going to end up in the small intestine, which is right down here. And then it goes to the large intestine and then out the rectum. The liver and pancreas will produce secretions into the digestive tract, giving it enzymes that it needs to help break down your food. Your food, as it travels through your digestive system, will travel more than 26 feet. If we lay that out, it's wider than how wide my room is. All right, starting with the mouth. The mouth is filled with saliva. That is the watery stuff that you feel inside your mouth right now. Saliva contains an enzyme called amylase. Amylase breaks down the starches and the sugars right there in your mouth. Once the food makes its way to the back of your mouth and throat, the pharynx will trigger your body to swallow. Inside the stomach is where the food really starts to break down. The pH of the stomach is about a 3, meaning it is a very acidic environment. There is an enzyme in the stomach called pepsin, and that pepsin will help break down the proteins. Food doesn't stay in the stomach very long. It's only there for about 6 to 8 hours, and then it's sent on down to the next step of the digestive system. The next step is the small intestine. The small intestine does a lot of work. 90 to 95% of the nutrients that our body needs is absorbed in the small intestine. Inside the small intestine, there is an enzyme called lipase, and it is in charge of breaking down lipids. Sucrase and lactase are also in the small intestine, and they break down sugars. After the small intestine is the large intestine. The large intestine is in charge of absorbing minerals and water. If the large intestine does not absorb enough water, that's when you have diarrhea. And if it absorbs too much water, you get constipation. Inside the large intestine, you will also find a large number of bacteria. That bacteria is actually good for us. That's why we take things like probiotics to keep that good bacteria inside of our intestines. It helps us break down and absorb the food and minerals that we need. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the excretory system. The excretory system is in charge of getting rid of toxic chemicals, excess water, salts, and carbon dioxide. Its purpose is to maintain homeostasis. It does this by balancing water and pH. If you remember, osmosis means water. The kidneys filter our blood to get certain things out of our blood. It takes out nitrogen waste, salts, water, and with those things, it makes urine. The nephrons in the kidney filter out the waste. So the nephrons are inside. This is a picture of the kidney. The nephrons are inside of the kidney in here. The kidney is in charge of maintaining regular blood pressure, maintaining the body's acid-base balance, and regulating our salts. We are born with 2 kidneys. You only need one to live. So if one kidney is damaged, you can remove the damaged kidney and function off of one good one. You also have the option of donating one of your kidneys if there is somebody in your life that really needs one. Once you're missing a kidney, you are advised to be extra careful because you've only got one left, but it is possible to live with only one kidney. All right, after the kidney has done all of its filtering, the waste that it has filtered goes through the ureters. The ureters are long tubes that connect the kidney to the bladder. So this is a ureter right here. Now, when we have kidney stones, they're most commonly found in the ureter. And a kidney stone is when minerals that the kidney has been filtering out clog together and they get really tight and they create what is called a kidney stone. Kidney stones can be very painful. They can take up to weeks to pass, and they can make you bleed. All right, so we did kidneys, ureters down to the bladder. Here's the bladder, and that's what we're talking about next. The bladder will collect all of your urine that your kidneys have made, and it hangs onto it until you're ready to pee. The bladder is considered a smooth muscle, just like your digestive system, your intestines, and it can hold up to 300 to 500 milliliters of urine before you get the urge that you need to go to the bathroom. It can hold more than that. The urethra is a tube to empty the urine from the bladder. So whenever you actually go to pee, the water has just left the urethra. It is also considered a smooth muscle. And in males, that same urethra is used to transport semen. So here are the organs. We have the ureter that goes down to, so kidneys are up here somewhere. The ureter goes down to the bladder, which goes down to the urethra, which allows you to exit. Same kind of system with men here. And that is all.